Hello everyone, my name's Roxy and welcome to my channel. Following I guess the previous video, I am creating these videos to kind of hold myself accountable for the prepping that I need to do for my upcoming market that's happening in June. This video will be something maybe a little bit extra in comparison to my other videos that I want to do. For the past 3 months, I've been placing some big yarn orders to prepare for, all the crocheting that I'll be doing for the next 2 months for the market. So in total, because I'm looking at all of it right now in front of me and it's a bit monstrous, in total I placed 3 orders with Parfait Chunky yarn and 1 order for a amigurumi chenille yarn that I use just primarily for my keychains because of the type of chenille it is. It's so much easier, it doesn't fray, but I'll get to that when I show it. Yeah, these orders are quite big. The premier Parfait Chunky yarn primarily comes from a really lovely online store here up in Auckland, New Zealand. They're called Flock of Knitters and they are the ones that supply Parfait Chunky for us here in New Zealand. I did place another really big order from Premier's website solely to buy the yarn that has been discontinued. Normally I don't do that because the shipping is so expensive. I would say that the shipping was just as expensive as the yarn, but it's fine because I was able to buy tons of the discontinued colors which I use all the time, like Lagoon, Very Berry, Espresso, yeah, Sea Glass. I use those for my Bulbasaurs for instance, but I'll show you all of those when I get there. Okay, so this is gonna be, I guess, package number 1. I bought this actually just quite recently, literally this past week, because the company that I buy from, Flock of Knitters, they were having a end of financial year sale. So I thought, well, I kind of need these colors, I might as well buy them, they're on discount, why not, gotta make the savings where we can. So I'll go through these colors and I guess more or less the reasonings why I bought them. So we have Poppy, this is gonna be for I guess the pigment and also for some Teletubbies, Poe. So next on up we have the Pistachio. So I bought this in hopes to make Shrek and Fiona, both smaller versions and also some bigger, bigger dolls. And of course Pistachio's like the best for Shrek and Fiona. I also obviously got good old Blue. Blue is so useful for everything, Derpy Tiger, Stitch. Yeah, you always need a blue, and I was actually running dry on these, so I'm so happy I got them. I got Cream, sorry, going out of camera view, but I got Cream. This is for Shrek, because I know his shirt isn't white, so I thought Cream would probably be a better color for him. I bought 2, because like I said, I want to do some little plushies and also a nice big doll for him. On the same kind of line, I have Emerald. This is for Fiona's dress. Sorry, all these tags are going to be upside down because I'm just kind of grabbing them from the pile that's on the ground over here. From there, I bought 2 Harvest. This is going to be for Scar or Kovu, depending on which one I feel like making at the end of the day. Yeah, we'll see, I guess. From there I bought Shell for in case I do want to do some dolls. I don't know if I'll have time or not, but if I do, I at least do have a shell to do a couple of them. And kind of going on the same wavelength I guess on dolls, I did get another Haze just in case I feel like making a roomie, but I already made a really big doll for my earlier convention in February named CosmosCon, and it honestly took took me out. So I don't know if I really want to make another roomie, but you know, if I do, I've got the yarn for it. From there I ordered 4 colours, or technically 3 colours, sorry, 3 colours, but 2 skeins of this particular colour. This is chestnut. I've personally never used this colour before and have never ordered it, so it's actually quite nice to see it. I'm sure I'll find something to make use out of these two with. And then on that same trend, I also bought these 2 greens, chartreuse and sage. I have never used either of these. I've first time purchase of these colors, so I'm gonna figure out what to do with these on my long list of things to do. And last but not least, for this box I've got sour apple. This is to restock some of my larger Juminos, because I tend to make the big ones more vibrant colored than, and then the little ones or the keychains to be quite pastel, and this is perfect for a green Junimo. So, second order. I purchased this one, I would say like mid-February, and this was kind of a really big order because it was going to kind of, I guess, get me started for the prep for the convention that's happening in June. So excuse how many of the same colors that there are, because again I've got plans for all of these. So I'll kind of just go through the big packs first. So first on up is toffee. This is primarily for the demogorgons that I'll be doing, or the little demi babies. So I've been waiting for this because I've been really wanting to make a start on them. And then whatever's left over I'll also use for my little baby Yodas, or Grogu as they're called. We have tangerine. This is for Charmander, mainly just Charmander, because I used up all my orange preparing, or you know, market prepping for my previous cons, so finally have some orange again, hallelujah. I got 6 skeins of black. These are going to be primarily for Toothless, and I might make it GG, maybe we'll see if I can find a little cat pattern that I like, but yeah, primarily just for Toothless. I'm hoping to make a Snuggle Beans crochet bigger Toothless, and then some little minis that will go up on the racks that I have. And then obviously, you know, you need black for just about everything, so good to have. We have, oh sorry, I think I just kicked the camera over there. We have Cardinal, so again these are for the little Demogorgons. Again, it was a color that I no longer had, so yay, have it back in my hands again. We have Seal, I believe, yes, so these are for my little Totoros, because again I ran out of Seal market prepping for my previous con, so I can finally make a start on the Totoros. I mean, technically I could have already, but we digress. And then we have Lagoon, so these are going to be for Perry the Platypus. You'll probably wonder, why did I place a massive premiere order, which I'll show a little bit later in this video, or I guess right after these. But why did I place a massive order but still buy some more from Flock of Knitters? Well, you know, you can't have too much of the colors that are discontinuing, so might as well stock up while I can, because once it's gone, I guess I'll never be able to buy it again, so might as well. Surprisingly, I actually had I bought a blue previously. It's just been sitting in the box, I guess, so whoops, I guess that's my mistake. I now have 6 skeins of blue, but that's okay, it will be used, trust me. And then I have some Seaside, hoping to make some Gen 2 Pokemon, and also some like Mudkips and, you know, those kinds of other types of Pokemon and not just the main starters for Gen 1. So Seaside will come in handy for that. And I guess that's very much the same for Summer Squash. I think these are such a good color for Psyduck. At least I think that I think it is. So yeah, Psyduck I guess, and I guess anything else that I can find or, you know, potentially make out of Summer Squash. And last but not least, I bought Key Lime. This is one of my favorite colors. Yeah, unfortunately just one. They had 3 in stock, but they just gave me one and refunded me the other 2. Why? I don't know, but hey, at least I got one, and this will be used for my little baby Yodas, or, you know, Grogu. And so yeah, after this I'll just quickly show you the last Parfait Chunky order that I have, and that one will have come from Premier. Okay, so instead of bringing all of this to my bedroom, I figured I'd just show it in the big box that Premier sent. This is the first time I had ever purchased from Premier, so it was quite interesting, and the shipping was shockingly fast, which I kinda had hoped, considering the shipping cost just as much as all the yarn. So as you can see, it's a really big box, and it only includes all the discontinued yarn, or, you know, the colors that have been discontinued. So I'll do a little bit of a tally of all the colors that I got. I apologize for the lighting. I'm currently in a hallway, so the lighting is quite yellow because we have a lot of warm lights in the house, and our walls are also quite yellowish, or I guess more creamy than anything else. So for anybody that knows that you could purchase this yarn in lots of 3, or, you know, bags of 3, so I will just count however many bags I had bought. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 Lagoon, because these are Perry, and it is just perfect for Perry. There's just no other better color for him. I'm just placing them at the back because I'm actually taking them out of the cardboard box and putting them into plastic containers with silicone baggies, so moisture does not get to them and no bugs can get to them either. I bought 3 packs of Cloudy Day because this is a grey that I use quite often. So that's 3 packs as well. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 packs of Sea Glass, which I am honestly devastated, even more so than Lagoon, because Sea Glass is Bulbasaur, or at least the color that I use for Bulbasaur, so I am honestly really devastated. But you know, that's why I bought tons. Oh, here's the 4th pack. Sorry, and apologies if my head gets in the way. And then I bought these, which is Pale Blue. I honestly don't actually use this color very often, but I thought, you know, I'm placing an order anyway. Shipping's gonna be expensive no matter what no matter what I buy. So I might as well buy some of these for in case I need them. You never know. You gotta think about the future. And then there's only 2 colors left, which you can't really see, but we have 2 packs of the Very Berry and 2 packs of the Espresso, which honestly looks almost black in this lighting, which again, I apologize. And yeah, that was my really big order from Premier. RIP my wallet. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to the room now just to show you my final order that I got. And now for the final yarn order that I had placed. This final yarn order has got nothing to do with Parfait Chunky, however it is still a chenille yarn. It's a slightly different kind of textured chenille. I would say it's a very much in between blanket and chenille. It reminds me a lot of Patty's Plush and also the Jolly and Joy velour that Spotlight had for sale during Christmas time. It's perhaps slightly thinner, like just a bit from Patty's Plush. However, it is perfect, like honestly perfect to use for keychains because it doesn't fray, and I feel that it's just a little bit sturdier than I guess, you know, any I guess Parfait Chunky, although Parfait Chunky is pretty good anyway for keychains, but I don't know, for me I feel a little bit safer using this. This yarn I purchased from a shop in Auckland, New Zealand. It's a really lovely arts and craft kind of shop called Ribbon Rose. They are absolutely massive. It's a 3-story building. The bottom floor is just like yarn, embroidery floss, felting, cross stitch, everything, while the second floor is more to do with arts and journaling and stamping and that kind of thing, and then the top floor is quilting, sewing machines, etc. But anyway, they generally stock a brand called Circulo, which I think is a South American brand. It says Brazil, so yes it is. It's a Brazilian company, and they do fantastic yarn. Their cotton is beautiful. However, I actually can't use it anymore, even though I've got tons of it in my storage room. But their chenilles are really lovely. They used to only stock like a really velvety one, but since the beginning of this year they now stock this, which I absolutely love. They had a massive sale during the month of March. Normally 100 grams skein would be $12.90 New Zealand dollars. I'll have the conversions up on the video, but it was on sale for $9.90, so how can you go wrong with that? So I thought, well, I would really like to use this yarn going forward for my keychains, so I bought tons of it. I already bought some when I went like actually in store, which is not here, but then I kind of went home because they didn't have, you know, everything. Well, they didn't have anything left on the shelves after I had bought most of it. So I went home, placed an order, and yeah, this came, I would say, about 2 weeks ago. However, I've been holding off opening it, and well, I've already opened it. I've already made use out of 2 colors, but for the rest I've kind of kept at bay because I wanted to first do this kind of extra video to show everything that I've bought. I guess more for me to remember, because I doubt many people are going to watch this, but hey ho. So I will be quite frank, I don't know some of these colors. I remember what I had bought them for specifically, but some I'm a little bit uneasy about why I bought them, but hey, I'm sure I will have a look at my keychain list and I'll remember, basically. So a lot of these colors are numbers and in a different language that I cannot speak, so I don't know what to call these, so I would just hold up however many skeins I got of that particular color. So there's this one. This particular color I'm using for my little Baby Yoda keychains. It's a perfect kind of color. I know it's perhaps a little bit too dark, but it works well for me. I bought 3 of the green, so there you go. So these 3 greens will be for the little Baby Yodas and perhaps little pocket frogs as well, because everybody needs frog keychains. I bought this grey, which is a little bit dark. I would say slightly darker than seal, but I was thinking of using these for my little Totoro keychains. I have 2 beige, kind of very similar to shell, but perhaps less peachy kind of beigey kind of color. So for if I find the inspiration to make, I guess, something humanoid, I've got the colors. I obviously got some 2 pinks for any details, whether it be for little ears or something. I was going to use some of it for the Derby Tiger keychains that I'm hoping to use, so those will be for like the inner parts of his ears, you know, that kind of thing. I have this color, and this one is, yeah, I guess as well, of a beigey kind of color heading towards more brown, I guess. This is one of the colors that I am kind of blanking on what I bought it for, but I'm sure I'll figure it out when I look at my list. And so we have a bit of a lighter grey. I believe I bought this for some details for the little RTD2 keychains that I would like to make. We have a darker kind of brown. I believe these I would like to use for my capybaras, like the little details on the nose, but if not, again, I'm sure I'll find a use for this darker chocolate kind of brown colour. From there we bought 3 of the light blue. I guess we can use everything for blue, can't we? I'm actually not too sure. I'm really blanking on this one too. Who knows? I'm sure I'll figure it out. I did buy, I'm not going to hold up everything, but I did buy obviously a red and a orange because I want to make some Pokeballs and some Dragon Balls as well. And they're also very good colours for Calcifer if I need to restock, but considering none of them sold in my previous convention, I don't think they will sell this time around, but who knows. I obviously also got some yellows, which are really, really lovely and bright. I got the set standard whites. I only got 3 because, like I said, when I went in store I bought actually quite a few of these, so white comes in handy for everything. Totoros, RTD2s, perhaps even little BB-8s. I'll figure it out. And then last but not least, I have 4 black because everybody needs black. Primarily I'm hoping to make some soot sprites with these. And yeah, I guess that's really it. That's been my purchases for these past, I guess, yeah, February and March. And yeah, I guess let the convention, or you know, as most people overseas call it, market prep begin. So thank you for watching this video. Please give it a like, subscribe if you do like what I am showing thus far, or just, you know, a like would suffice. But until next time, catch you later.